Hello students, today I'll be continuing with the topic ellipse and we will be considering the standard equations of an ellipse. An ellipse is said to be in the standard form if the center of the ellipse is at the origin and the foci are both on the x-axis or on the y-axis. Accordingly, there are two standard forms. First is called as the horizontal form and the other one is called as the vertical form. Now, horizontal form is the one in which the foci lie on the x-axis on either side of the origin, and the shape of the ellipse is somewhat like this. Center is at the origin. The two foci are along the x-axis and the minor axis is along the y-axis. So obviously the two foci and the vertices both lie on the x-axis, having coordinates plus minus c comma 0 for the foci and plus minus a comma 0 for the two vertices. Similarly, the coordinates of the endpoints of the minor axis would be 0 comma plus minus b as it lies on the y-axis. Now in the vertical form, the foci lie on the y-axis on either side of the origin. And so the shape is somewhat like this, where the foci and the two vertices lie on the y-axis and the minor axis is along the x-axis. And so the coordinates of the foci are 0 comma plus minus c, that of the vertices are 0 comma plus minus a, and the endpoints of the minor axis are plus minus b comma 0. Now let's take up the equation of the horizontal ellipse. And then we will continue, we will just from using that equation we will just extend it to the equation of the vertical ellipse. So consider a horizontal ellipse and consider any arbitrary point xy, p xy on the ellipse. Now the since p is on the ellipse, so it will satisfy the condition for being on the ellipse, and so pf1 plus pf2 will be constant. But we have already calculated that the constant is equal to 2a, and so we get pf1 plus pf2 equal to 2a. Using the distance formula, we get pf1 is equal to square root of x minus c whole square plus y minus 0 whole square, and pf2 is equal to under root of x plus c whole square plus y minus 0 whole square will be equal to 2a. Now taking this to the other side and then squaring, we get square root of x minus c whole square plus y square is equal to a minus c by a x. Again squaring both sides, we get, and solving, we get x squared into 1 minus c squared over a squared plus y square is equal to a squared minus c squared. But for an ellipse, a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared, or b square equal to a squared minus c squared. So replacing a squared minus c squared by b squared and dividing throughout by b squared, we get x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equal to 1, which is the required equation. And thus we say that the equation of a horizontal ellipse where the foci and the vertices both lie on the x-axis is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equal to 1. That is, the denominator of x squared is always equal to the square of the semi-major axis, and the denominator of y squared is equal to the square of the semi-minor axis. Similarly, the equation of the vertical ellipse where the foci and the vertices lie on the y-axis is y squared over a squared plus x squared over b squared equal to 1. That is, the denominator of y squared now is the square of the major axis, semi-major axis, and denominator of x squared is the square of the semi-minor axis, as we know that in case of a vertical ellipse, the major axis is along the y-axis and the minor axis is along the x-axis. So some important observations to be noted are: ellipse is symmetric about both the coordinate axis. Second, the foci always lie on the major axis. Third, length of the major or minor axis can be determined by finding the intercepts on the axis of symmetry. And fourth, which is the most important point, the major axis is along the x-axis if the coefficient of x square is larger than that, has a larger denominator than that of y square. And the major axis is along the y-axis if the coefficient of y square has a larger denominator. Fifth point, horizontal ellipse. It is a horizontal ellipse if coefficient of x square is bigger than that of y square and gives a square, and it is a vertical ellipse if the coefficient of y square is bigger than that of x square and gives us the value of a square. So just go through all these things and try out question number 1 to 9 of the exercise 11.3. Thank you.